Welcome to what is happening today with Crowning Thoughts. Santiago DC Maria Truth Speaker.
Shocking. Hilton Hotel boots federal immigration agents no room for ICE in Minnesota amid massive crackdown. A major controversy erupted today when the U.S. Department of Homeland Security publicly accused a Hilton-branded hotel of refusing to house federal immigration agents during a high-stakes enforcement operation in Minnesota. The hotel in question is the Hampton Inn by Hilton Lakeville, Minneapolis, located in the suburb of Lakeville, about 25 miles south of Minneapolis. DHS claims the property canceled reservations made by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, officers who were booking rooms using official government emails and standard federal rates. According to screenshots posted by DHS on social media platform X, a hotel staff member sent emails stating, "We have noticed an influx of GOV reservations made today that have been for DHS, and we are not allowing any ICE or immigration agents to stay at our property." The message went on to say, "If you are with DHS or immigration, let us know as we will have to cancel your reservation. Please pass on this info to your coworkers that we are not allowing any immigration agents to house on our property." DHS did not hold back in its response. In a strongly worded post, the department declared, "No room at the inn." Hilton Hotels has launched a coordinated campaign in Minneapolis to refuse service to DHS law enforcement. They accused the chain of maliciously canceling the bookings and undermining federal law enforcement efforts to enforce immigration laws. DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin went further, telling media outlets, "The men and women of ICE risk their personal safety to protect American communities and enforce the rule of law. Hilton Hotels is discriminating against our law enforcement agents and siding with murderers and rapists to deliberately undermine and impede DHS law enforcement from their mission to enforce our nation's immigration laws." This incident comes at a tense time in Minnesota. The Trump administration has surged hundreds, possibly up to 2,000 federal agents from ICE and Homeland Security investigations into the Twin Cities area. The focus is on a widening investigation into alleged massive fraud involving federal funds meant for social services, particularly tied to Minnesota's large Somali immigrant community. Federal officials have described the state as a hotspot for fraud, with claims that billions of dollars in Medicaid and other programs may have been misappropriated since 2018. Immigrant rights advocates, however, have pushed back hard. They argue that the fraud probes are being used as a pretext for broader targeting of Somali immigrants. In recent weeks, there have been reports of protests outside hotels suspected of housing federal agents, including late-night demonstrations aimed at making the officers feel unwelcome. The specific hotel involved, the Hampton Inn in Lakeville, is a franchised property, meaning it's independently owned and operated under the Hilton brand, not directly managed by the corporate Hilton Worldwide Holdings. Hilton quickly distanced itself from the actions. A company spokesperson stated that the incident is not reflective of Hilton values and that they are investigating the matter. They emphasized, "Hilton works with governments, law enforcement, and community leaders around the world to ensure our properties are open and inviting to everyone." The franchise owner, Everpeak Hospitality, also issued a statement saying they have moved swiftly to address this matter. Both Hilton and the local operators apologized, clarifying that refusing service to the agents violated their policies. Despite the apologies, the story exploded online. DHS and ICE tagged Hilton directly in their posts, asking why the reservations were canceled. Reactions poured in from all sides, some praising the hotel for standing up to enforcement actions, others calling for boycotts of Hilton properties nationwide. Conservative voices labeled it discrimination against law enforcement, while others saw it as local resistance to the federal surge. This isn't the first tension point in the ongoing Minnesota operations. Reports have surfaced of aggressive tactics during raids, including agents allegedly pointing guns at witnesses and breaking down doors. Community leaders and groups like the ACLU of Minnesota have raised alarms, with lawsuits filed over alleged rights violations. The bigger picture here is the Trump administration's aggressive push on immigration enforcement early in 2026. Minnesota has become a flashpoint, with federal prosecutors highlighting potential multi-billion-dollar fraud schemes. At the same time, local officials and activists are mobilizing to protect immigrant communities. Hilton's stock took a hit today amid the backlash, dipping in trading as the story spread. The company insists this was an isolated incident at one franchise, not a corporate policy. As the investigation into the fraud continues and more agents deploy, situations like this highlight the deep divisions over immigration policy in America right now. Federal law enforcement needs places to stay while carrying out their duties, but private businesses, even franchises, have some discretion, though public accommodation laws could come into play. This hotel refusal has put Hilton in the spotlight, forcing quick damage control. Whether it leads to broader changes or just fades as a one-off remains to be seen. But for now, it's a bold example of how local actions can clash directly with federal operations. The agents affected have reportedly found alternative lodging, and the enforcement actions in Minnesota are proceeding full speed. Stay tuned as this story develops. Tensions are high, and more confrontations could be on the horizon. Follow so we can stay connected. Your support matters more than you know, and I appreciate every moment you give to listen. Your support is important to me, and it helps me a lot. It keeps me active, bringing you important information with your support and comments, likes and shares. Feel free to like, support, and subscribe. I will always provide content for you. I appreciate every support you give. Crowning Thoughts, True Speaker, copyright 2025 by Santiago D.C. Maria, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution. I love you all and I appreciate each of you. Stay blessed. Thank you for listening. Love always. Santiago D.C. Maria.